Hi, this is T. Payton. I wanted to show you today a non-feature film workflow that actually might be really beneficial to you. This was an interesting project. Again, not a feature film. This is a volleyball highlights video. Oftentimes trying to get into colleges, you show some highlights of what you've done. The only problem is that my buddy who made this, unfortunately on Windows Movie Maker, I know, as you can see, it got a little bit saturated. And we've got this kind of Tron thing going on, especially here with the players and that. So it turns out what he did is he had opened up his camera originals, which were, the whole match lasts 45 minutes or so. And he would open those up, trim it, save it out as an individual file, but inadvertently he turned up the contrast all the way, brought all those clips back into Windows Movie Maker, and then he ended up having, and I'll show you all those clips. So he saved all these individual clips here. So you look at them here in Icon. Saved all these clips, and then brought all those back into Windows Movie Maker, and then created an assembly of it, adding titles and things like that. Exported it, it added more saturation, and then inadvertently lost all of his assembly edits. So what he had for me was the camera originals, each individual clip here, rendered out, and he also gave me the final sequence that was here. Let's see. Let's go back here. I've got the final sequence. So that's what I have to work with. I'm like, whoa, dude, what do I do? On top of it, I thought, well, maybe I have some time code. Nope, no time code. No time code. All I've got is just audio to sync with. So let me tell you what I did. This is kind of cool. So first of all, I went through all the camera originals that I got, a whole bunch of them. And you can see the color on there is completely normal, fine. But, there's a good 12 hours of it all. So I first went by location, and I was able to sort out and say, okay, this is the orange field and things. And I was able to sort these out, roughly, so that I could know what was what. And then I went and made a bunch of locations for this, and then I had an actual location with, here's my raw clips, and then here's the angle called Richard Color, my buddy. I didn't want to use his name, but sorry Richard, it was bad. So now I've got these clips here. So, and again, these are not necessarily, I don't know where these clips are inside here. I just know this is the same arena. And I did that just for simplicity's sake, to make that arena. So anyway, then what I did is I got all this stuff, and again, the angles were set properly. So I've got raw. So, and then here's our Richard Color. And I just grabbed all these babies, and I multicam synced them. And I thought, well, is this going to work? I have no idea, because basically the sound here is just a bunch of people screaming, and it's a gym, it's all boomy, it's awful. So let's go ahead and just try this. So this is Big Girder, and I'll call this MC2. Now, granted, I've already done this, so I really know what happens. And I'm going to use regular audio synchronization. And let's see what happens. By the way, I've thought about a bunch of different ways to do this. Just creating synchronized clips, all sorts of things. What can I possibly do to pull this off? I tried pluralize, thinking maybe pluralize. I know pluralize has this function that it will take a clip and it will replace the audio in that clip. And I thought, oh, maybe I could do that. But what I really want is to replace the video in the clip, not the audio. So, okay, so here's the multicam sync. Let's see how it does. Okay, let's look right here. So let's turn on the angle viewer up here and take a look. Okay, here's our first shot. We just need this on 2. It's nice and big. So I don't think this is right. In fact, look, this isn't right at all. Oh wait, maybe that one's right. Oh, look, it got one of them. Got one clip. It was accurate. Okay, obviously, dude, I got a lot of clips here. So check this out. I posted this tip recently on Twitter because I found out this technique. Check this out. This is so cool. Once this is done, in fact, I don't even need to bother. If I have a failure on a sync, I don't even need to bother with audio synchronization. Just throw it in there and make sure the angle's right. Then I'm going to turn the monitoring angle to this top one, and then also turn the audio on for this one. I find that, I don't know if this actually makes a difference, but it seems like it does. Turn off the audio here. Now I'm going to select all the clips in the angle. And now what I'm going to do is synchronize again. It's going to take a little while here, so I'm going to pause the screen recording. But now what's going to happen? Well, it's kind of wild what happens. I'm going to choose sync selection to monitoring angle. Now before I do that, real quickly, those of you who are really familiar with Final Cut, you know, if I don't select these, I can choose to sync angle to monitoring angle, and it will grab all those clips and attempt to sync it. However, it's actually a different function when you select them first and choose sync selection to monitoring angle. So we're going to let this go for a second, and I'm going to cut this part out on the video, so I'm just going to sit here. Okay, we're back. Okay, that took, I don't know, about 3 or 4 minutes to sync. Now, let's check and see what we got down here. Here's our first shot. Perfect. Second shot, perfect. Third shot, perfect. Oh, look at that. Perfect, 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 perfect. I think you see a trend. It was perfect, this syncing. And it did, how many clips are on here? 14 or so. Wow, that's amazing what it did. Now let me actually count this. 20 clips it did. Again, it took about 5 minutes, but the sync was perfect. Amazing. Okay, so now what do we do? So great, we've got what we want. And it's cool that this sync worked, but now we're in a multicam clip. How in the world are we going to get back to having a clip? So here it says save for. I want save for just with the right color. How do we pull that off? Well, it's painfully easy. I'm going to turn off my skimmer just to do this easily. So I'm going to advance to that place using the next and previous edit. I'm going to hit Shift B. Next one, Shift B. I'm going to go back, hit C. Then I'm going to hit Option G for a compound clip. I'm going to call it Save for CC2. I've already done this, so I'm calling it 2. And there, it made my compound clip. So then I'm going to do the same thing here and rinse and repeat. Okay, you get the idea. So all I have to do is do that for all, 70 clips or so that are in here. It actually didn't take that long to do it. So then what do I do? Well, I went and decided, I wonder if compound clips will sync in multicam in this cool new way. And you know what? It did, which is quite amazing. So let me show you what ended up happening. So here is the multicam clip. And what I did up here is I placed, in this first angle, I placed the assembly that he had created. And just for fun, I went ahead and pulled in the bad color. So let me set this back on a few more angles. Just for fun, I went ahead and pulled in the bad color as well. Just as a double check to make sure I had all my shots. And then here is the compound clips, okay? All these CC guys that I hear. And this is really easy to get. I just made a smart collection, grabbed my compound clips, and did all this. So look at this. It's beautiful. It synced it all. And this took some time. This took probably 10 minutes to sync all this stuff. And again, using that same technique I did before. Not an error in the bunch. It was perfect. So then to make this is really cool too. I grab all these clips, I copy this. Hey, let's make a new timeline. Oops. What did I just do? Sorry. New timeline for video. Okay, so now I've got this new timeline video. Look what happens when you paste Multicam sync. It puts it in its own storyline, complete with the gaps and everything. So this was like cake. I was able to pull this down here. I was able to put some titles in. Bing, bing, bing. Turn off my angle viewer right here. Bing, bing, bing. And I had a perfect assembly now. And no manual assembly was done. Yes, I had to go and name the clips individually. But other than that, this was all put together by Multicam Sync and saved me a ridiculous amount of time. So anyway, hope this helps.